Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Thursday workout. We're going to do some lifting today and then a little fast, sprinty benchmark. Let's begin with 3 minutes of your choice warm-up pace cardio. And then we got a little general body prep that I want to get 2 rounds through. Start with 1 minute of just calf, ankle, and Achilles warm-up. So this could be some dynamic calf stretching, some ankle swivels, a little bit of pogo hopping, right? Or just some walking or some lunging would be good to stretch those out. Then I want you to get 5 reps on each foot of a big toe and a little toe lift. I'm not gonna zoom in on my feet so you can see this. But what I would do is take off my shoes so my toes can move freely, and then I'm pushing 4 toes, little toes down while I'm raising my big toe, and then pushing my big toe down while I'm raising my 4 little toes, and I'm just alternating back and forth like that. The whole foot should stay on the ground when I do this, but I'm raising the toes and moving those little small muscles and bones independently. Don't be surprised if little muscles in your foot start to cramp when you do this, because they're just not used to a lot of activity unless you are intentional about exercising your toes, which is a very important thing to do to prepare for hard foot activities such as jumping and landing, like clean and jerk, or running or sprinting. And it's also really good for helping to prevent or treat plantar fasciitis and work on your balance and your proprioception and how you can feel the ground, okay? Next, Spider-Man stretch with a vertical reach. So reach the elbow down and then think both hands to the sky and look up as you do that one. Reach the elbow down again, both hands to the sky, push those hips forward. So get 4 reps of each leg on that, and then start into some practice reps of the clean and jerk. This one, there's a lot that goes into the clean and jerk, and just recognize that there is an endless, like a bottomless pit of technique work that you could do on the clean and jerk. And for today, what I'd like to focus on is just safe and efficient, okay? So safe means my joint angles are protected, I'm not lifting too much weight for what my body can handle, and I'm at that threshold where I'm just starting to see technique deviation from what's optimal, right? And that may be just over the empty barbell for you, or it might be 200 pounds for you, but wherever you're at on this, I want you to use your brain and smart weight jumps and good increments as we go up, but 3 sets of 5 reps of a clean and jerk. So generally what that will look like is it starts on the ground, I perform the clean movement, and now I'm at my shoulders, reset my feet, and I perform the jerk movement. And now I'm overhead, right? And that's it. So clean and jerk, 2 movements. If you want to combine those 2, where you take the catch of the clean and go right into the jerk, that is a little bit faster way to do it. If you want to use the split foot technique, that is fine too. Whatever version of it you do, just make sure it's one that you're comfortable with. And this is my personal recommendation is, I know that I go right leg out is my preferred stance, but I also know that I shouldn't do hundreds and hundreds of reps like that in a row in the same training setting if I want my knee to feel good later. So I'll try to build in some left foot out reps, even though it doesn't feel as comfortable, right? I know that it is providing a more symmetric wear pattern for my legs, and maybe I'll do that on some of the lighter reps, and then when it gets up to the heavier reps, then I'll do the one that I prefer a little bit more, okay? So that's our warm-up for it. There's some percentages built into it, and then take yourself through those 7 sets, resting anywhere in the like 1 to 2 minutes between sets range. So I don't want it to be every minute on the minute where you're feeling rushed and out of breath. I want you to have some time, but recognize that there's more to do after this. So if you want to get to Annie and you want to get to the extra credit, then you may have to either lift a little bit lighter or just restrict the rest in between sets, and recognize that there's not enough time for you to go at extremely slow, long rest intervals between lifts and still get all the rest of your stuff done in the class session. So manage your time is all I'm saying. When you finish your clean and jerks, we have a benchmark that is one of our classic ones. It's Annie, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, double unders and ab mat sit-ups. Double under is the jump once, rope goes around twice. 2 for 1 singles is the offset for that. And when you do your sit-ups, since it's a lot of sit-ups, feel free to drape a sandbag over your feet, or if you use a red mat, you can kind of hook your heels onto the red mat so that you're not running out of steam with hip flexors on this, but make sure you get all the way down. So shoulders, head, and fingertips all touching the ground. And then when you sit up, make sure you sit your shoulders past your hips and you reach for your toes, okay? So make sure you're getting the full range of motion, even though we're trying to go fast because it's a benchmark. This is like a 5 to 10 minute workout depending on how you do it, okay? And when you get done with your benchmark, or maybe you choose not to do the benchmark, that's okay too, and you just wanna do the extra credit. The extra credit is a lot of good like shoulder strength and joint prep work. So we'll start off with 8 dumbbell pullovers, right? So that's our cross or perpendicular position to the bench. My head is on the edge of the bench and my elbows are straight, reaching way over my head, stretching those shoulders out, and then pulling over the middle of my body, right? For the dumbbell pullover. After dumbbell pullovers, you can use that weight also for our front foot elevated split squats if you like. But this is a knee rehab exercise as well as a really good deep hip stretch. So again, knee way behind, and then I'm pressing that knee forward as far as it will go without letting that heel come up off the plate, and then pressing back out of it. This is one that I do multiple times every week, and I credit that exercise with really strengthening my knees and my legs in those lower ranges of motion. Next one is some bear crawl stuff. So this is for shoulders, but also it's working on contact with the ground and with other objects. So a lot of times, contact is something that can make your joints hurt, it can make your muscles hurt, make you feel like, I just don't want to touch anything. But we have to slowly and in a controlled fashion introduce some contact with your hands to the environment. Otherwise, they remain weak and soft, right? So we're trying to make your hands strong and resilient. So we're gonna go 20 bear crawl steps forward, 20 bear crawl steps backward, and then 20 bear crawl hand switches on each hand. So the way this will look is on the ground, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 20, and then backward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 20, and then stay in that bear crawl position. And we're doing my hand touching my shoulder and the other hand is on the ground, and then I want to switch fast. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 20. All right, and that's it. Okay, so get that extra credit done, 10 to 12 minutes or 2 to 3 rounds, whatever comes first. Or if you just say, 1 round's good, I'm fine with that too. Okay, have a great one. See you guys on Friday.